Hello students, welcome back to the online video classes. In the previous discussion, we have solved some numericals based on mirror formula. Mirror formula was 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. We have solved the example number 3, 4 and 5. Then we discussed a new topic, refraction, that is bending of light and appearance of objects a slightly higher level than the true height. Then we discussed the light transmission from rarer to denser and denser to rarer medium. So, in refractive index I have told you that it is reciprocal of the speed of light in any medium. After that we discussed some natural phenomena, that is the early sunrise and the late sunset. Then we discussed the total internal reflection, a phenomenon which you can observe daily in your life in the diamonds. Diamonds shine due to this phenomena of total internal reflection, in which the whole light is reflected and none of them is refracted. And after that we discussed the dispersion of light in the prism, that is splitting of white light into its components, that is Vibgyor. After that we solved an example 6 in which we see how the questions related to refractive index is solved. Now today we will continue our discussion on refraction. In refraction, an object, that is lens, is used. So in lens we can see with the help of refraction. On the other hand, in the mirror we studied the reflection. So there will be some similarities in the mirror and lenses, and there will be also some major differences in the position of image in the both of them. So first of all, lens, in which the phenomenon of refraction is used. So first of all, lens is of two types. First one is convex lens. Convex lens helps in converging the rays, that is meeting the rays actually. But in concave lenses the rays diverges, and due to the diverging type of nature it appears to meet at a point, and so virtual images are formed in the concave lenses. So in convex lenses there are particularly three types of lenses. First of all, double convex lens, in which both surfaces are curved. Second one is plano convex lens, in which first surface is plane and the second one is convex lens. Third one is concavo convex lens, in which first surface is concave and the second one is convex. So first of all, double convex lens, both the surfaces are curved. We will study mainly the double convex lens, in which the power will be maximum. Then the second type of lenses are concave lenses. These are also three types. First one is double concave lens, in which both the refracting surfaces are concave like, cave like structure. Second one is plano concave lens, again the one surface is plane and the another one is concave. Third is the convexo concave surface, in which one surface is convex. This one is convex because it is bulged outwards, and the second one is concave like, this one. This one is concave like and this one is convex. So it is known as convexo concave lens. These were the types of convex and concave lens. Now due to the divergence and convergence of rays, the convex lens are known as converging lenses due to the convergence of the rays, and concave lenses are known as diverging lenses because they have a role in diverging the rays, that is making the rays, if the rays are coming like this then they will diverge the rays, and the convex lens will converge the rays like this. So convex lenses converging lenses and concave lenses are diverging lenses. So as we have studied in the mirror about some basic principles and basic terms related to the mirror, now in lens we will also study some basic terminology and then some basic principles of image formation. So first of all, first term is center of curvature. As I have told you, curved surface is a part of hollow sphere in the mirror. Like that, in convex lens and concave lenses, the curved surface are actually a part of hollow sphere. Like in this one, this curved surface is a part of this hollow sphere, in which this is the center of the hollow sphere, and this center of this hollow sphere is known as center of curvature. If there are two curved surfaces, then there will be two center of curvature on either side, that is, first center is at the left side and the second one is towards the right side. This is center of curvature. And then radius of curvature is the length between the curved surface and center of curvature, is known as radius of curvature. Now principal axis. Principal axis is an axis which passes through the center of the curved surface. This is the line which passes through the center, is known as principal axis. Then optical center. Optical center is the center of lens. The center of lens is known as optical center. In the numericals of convex or concave lenses, we will take all distances from this optical center. The speciality of this center is that there is no deviation in the rays. If rays are coming like this, then they will not get deviated to any type. Neither they converge nor they diverge. They will pass through the optical center undeviated, and we will measure all distances from the optical center. But for convenience in numericals, when we think about the thin lenses, then we will take these distances from the curved surface, as this distance will be negligible in the thin lenses. So these were some basic points. Now according to the transmission of rays, there will be one more point, that is principal focus. Principal focus is a point at which rays converges or appear to converge after when parallel light strikes the lens, then they gets refracted and converges at a point. That point is known as focus, principal focus. After that, one more term is given, that is focal length. Focal length is the distance between optical center and the principal focus. That distance is known as focal length. After that, focal plane. Focal plane is a plane which is perpendicular to the principal axis, and it is the plane which lies at the focus. Then we will discuss some basic laws of image formation in spherical lenses. So there are several rules which are common in both concave as well as in convex lenses. So first rule is, as like in the mirror, when parallel light strikes the lenses, then it converges at a point, that is the focal point 2, and this point is known as focus. And when a parallel ray strike a concave lens, then they appears to converge at a point, that is the focus 1. Second point is, when the incident rays passes through the focus and strikes the lens, then it gets refracted parallel, and if it appears to comes from the focus 2, then it also refracted parallel to each other. Third law is, when light passes through the optical center, then I have told you that it will refracted undeviated. There will be no deviation in the third case. So these were the some common rules of image formation in lenses. Now in your book on page number 121 and on page number 122, one table is given, that is table 9.4, and some figures related to the image formation by convex lenses. So let us just study one by one. First of all, when the object is at infinity, then I have told you, when the object is at infinity, then the rays coming from that towards the lens will be parallel. So the image formation will be on the focus 2. That image will be real and inverted and will be very small, that is magnification will be less than 1. That case is explained in the figure 9.30. Then the third case is, when the object is between infinity and center of curvature, then image will be formed between f1 and f2 and 2f2. Between the focus and center of curvature, that image will be real and inverted and smaller than the object. Third one is, when the object is at center of curvature, then image will be formed on the second curvature. That image will be similar in size to the object and will be real and inverted. This figure is explained in 9.31b. The fourth one, in which object is placed between 2f2 and between 2f1 and f1, then image will be formed between infinity and the other center of curvature. At that time, image will be enlarged, that is magnification will be greater than 1. Image formed will be real and inverted. That case is explained in 9.31c part, figure number 9.31c part on page number 121. Then the fifth case is when object is at f1, then image will be at infinity, as when the object was at infinity, image was formed on the focus. Now, if object is at focus, then image will form at infinity, the image form will be very enlarged and real and inverted. And the last case is point number 6, in which object is placed between optical center and focus, then image will be formed on the same side. The meaning of image will be formed on the same side is that the image will be virtual and erect and will be larger than the object. So, the magnification will be greater than 1. This was the cases regarding the image formation of convex lenses. Now, we will discuss the case of image formation by concave lenses, in which only two cases we will study in table number 9.5. First of all, when the object will be at infinity, then you know image will be formed on the focus 1. That image will be virtual and erect and a very small point like structure, that is magnification will be very less than 1. Third case is between infinity and between the optical axis, that is except infinity any other point on principal axis where object will be placed, then image will be formed between the focus and optical center, that is between focus and optical center. That image will be virtual and erect and smaller than the object, that is magnification will be less than 1. Now, the second discussion is lens formula. Lens formula is 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. V is distance of image from optical center of lens, u is image of distance of object from optical center, and focus is the focal length, that is the distance between optical center and the focus point. This is the lens formula. In mirror formula, there is the plus sign in between 1 by v and 1 by u, but in lenses this sign is converted and 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f is the lens formula. Then we will study the magnification, that is how much image is magnified as compared to the object. The formula of magnification is height of image is divided by height of object, that we will compare the sizes of image with respect to the size of object. Second formula of magnification is v by u. In the mirror it was minus v by u, but in lenses it is simply v by u. V is the distance of image from optical center and u is the distance of object from optical center. So, this was the theory regarding lenses. Now, we will discuss some numericals. Now, we will discuss example 7. So, the question is, a 3 cm long object is placed upright on principal axis. The object is placed upright, that is height of object will be positive, and the focal length of convex lens is 20 cm. Focal length of convex lens will be taken positive, so it is plus 20 cm. If real image is at 60 cm from lens, then we have to find the distance of object from lens and magnification, as the image formed is real. In the lenses, the real images are formed on the right hand side and the distances which are measured towards right hand side are taken positive. So, we will also be positive. By putting the mirror formula 1 by u minus 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. By putting this, we get the u is equal to minus 30 centimeter, that is left side of the lens, that is real object. Then we have to find the magnification. The formula of magnification is v by u. we have get the V is 60 centimeter and U is minus 30, then we get magnification is minus 2, that is the image is magnified and it is real and inverted. Height of object is 3 centimeter, image is real and inverted, then it will be on the lower side of the principal axis and the height of image will be 6 centimeter. Now, the second question is example 8 on page number 124. Question is focal length of a concave lens is 30 centimeter. The focal length of concave lens will be taken as negative, that is minus 30 centimeter. If object is placed at 15 centimeter from lenses, that is U is 15 centimeter, that is towards the left hand side and U will be negative. Now, we have to find the distance of image from the optical center as well as the magnification of image, that means how much image is magnified as respect to the object. So, by putting the values in the mirror formula, we will put U as negative 15 and focal length as minus 30. Then we get V, that is equal to minus 10 centimeter. It means that the V will be towards the left hand side of the lens. So, by putting the values of V and U in the formula of magnification, we get magnification 0.66, that is less than 1. So, image will be smaller than the object and will be virtual and erect. These were the details of the image. Now, the next numerical is example 9, in which focal length of a convex lens is 50 centimeter if object is placed at 30 centimeter. Then find nature and size of image. So, focal length of convex lens will be positive plus 50 centimeter, distance of object is minus 30 centimeter. We have to calculate V and magnification. So, by putting in the values in the mirror formula, we get V, that is minus 75 centimeter. The minus denotes that image will be formed towards the left hand side. Then magnification is V by U. So, magnification comes 2.5. This magnification is positive and greater than 1, which denotes that image will be virtual and erect and enlarged. So, after these numericals which are related to the lens formula, now we will discuss a new topic, that is power of lens. It is the capacity of a lens to converge or diverge a ray. This is the power of lens. So, the formula of power of lens is 1 by f. So, if a convex lens have a very high focal length, then its power will be very less, as these are inversely proportional to each other. For calculating the power, we must put the focal length in the terms of meter. We can't calculate the power in terms of centimeter. If you have to calculate it in terms of centimeter, then you will write the formula 100 upon focal length in centimeter. So, if focal length is in terms of meter, then the unit of power is known as diopter. If several lenses are combined in the series, then all these power of these lenses will be sum up. So, the power of all that lenses will be P1 plus P2 and P3 and so on, depends on the number of lenses which we have used. Now, the next numerical which we will solve is example 10, in which an eye lens projects the light from infinity on a wall at 25 centimeter. When light is focused from the infinity, then the parallel rays will come and converge at the focus point. So, focal length is 25 centimeter. So, we have to find the power of lenses. So, as focal length is plus 25 centimeter, then the power will be 1 by f, and by converting the focal length of centimeter in meter, we will get the power 4 diopter, and this positive power denotes that the lens is convex lens. So, today we have discussed the lens formula, various terminology and basic principles of image formation by the lenses, and at last we discussed the power of converging and diverging the rays, that is power of a lens. In the next class, we will discuss the topic eye. Thank you.